Christmas Post, hot off the press, newspaper delivery, morning edition, the Christmas Post.
You're early this morning, Hank.
Well, that's Christmas Eve, Hattie, and your newsstand is my first delivery. I wanted to get an early start. I was hoping to get done by noon. Still got a lot of shopping to do.
Well, from the looks of Main Street, you're going to have plenty of company.
Yep, should be a good sales day for you, too. Everybody looks forward to getting the Christmas edition of the Holmesboro Post.
I can't sell any papers without my newsies, though. Where are those kids?
I think I see them. They're all looking in that candy store down the street. Let me give you a hand. Hey, Susie, papers are in. Let's go. That ought to do it. You have a Merry Christmas, Hattie McGee.
Merry Christmas to you too, Hank.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Christmas headlines, that's why we shout it. We've got to boast, we got the most Christmas news in the Christmas Post.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Join the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la.
Oh, sorry about that, folks. It seems that each Christmas gets busier and noisier than the last one. I used to wonder why everyone was in such a hurry on December 24th. I don't think it's just because they're in a hurry to get home or out doing last-minute shopping. No, it's not just that. They can sense that there are miracles in the air tonight, and they're just hoping that they can be a little part of it. Why, take Brother Sam Gillespie and his caroling group here. This is the entire congregation of Central Avenue Community Church. That's right, you heard me, all 4 of them. Why, inside 1 year, their pastor took a job at a bigger church uptown, and everybody else just thought it was too far to drive to go downtown to go to church. Brother Sam here was the head usher. First one there, last one to leave. Everyone got so used to shaking his hand on the way out, well, they just started calling him Reverend. He wouldn't take the title pastor, of course, but he did become Brother Sam. They're out here caroling, trying to earn money for their soup kitchen and to keep their doors open. They sure could use a miracle or two. Oh, and here's another place that's always trying to get more people to come through its doors. Herzog's Department Store, the oldest store in Holmesboro, Indiana. I ought to know, my newsstand's been here almost as long as they have. Things sure have changed since Elliot Herzog Jr. took over for his father 5 years ago. They used to say, no one has more Christmas spirit than Herzogs. But now, well, they could use a heap of miracles. And what better day for miracles than Christmas Eve? Why, isn't this the day that the greatest miracle of all took place a long, long time ago? And I think there's still some of that first miracle just waiting to rub off on all of us. Oh, I wonder if it'll be today. As you were.
Love. Excellent. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
These are the 2 that you need to keep your eyes on this Christmas Eve. That is, if you can get them to slow down long enough. This here is Alice Garfield. No one seems as out of luck or full of faith as Alice Garfield. She's a 2nd grade teacher, but she's taken a seasonal sales job here at Herzog's to try to make some extra money. This is her 3rd Christmas alone. Her husband Frank was killed in action in Okinawa. But she's never looked back. She just keeps looking up and moving forward. Oh, and over here is her daughter, Katie, only right now Alice doesn't know it. She thinks Katie spends each day at a neighbor's house with her little brother Scott, but Katie's taken a seasonal sales job too, selling newspapers for me. I have a feeling these 2 are dead set on a collision course with a miracle. I wonder if it'll happen soon. Let's find out.
Hi, Hattie. Like my new disguise today? Nobody knew it was me, not even Sergeant Buchanan.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't, because if he did, he probably would have arrested you for impersonation of a man with very questionable taste. Where'd you get this getup anyway?
In the attic. It's my grandpa's. Grandma used to hide a bunch of his clothes at her house.
Well, I can see why.
She said he was starting to cause accidents.
Well, you're headed for an accident if you're not more careful. I declare, Katie Louise Garfield, if your mother finds out that you've been sneaking away from Mrs. Schuster's to sell newspapers for me, she'll ground both of us.
Oh, she won't find out. Mrs. Schuster's in on it. So is my brother. I told him if he snitched, Santa will leave him a stocking full of cut-up worms.
Well, to a 4-year-old boy, that might not be much of a threat.
Besides, it's my last day. Mrs. Schuster knows I'm doing this until I earn enough money. I want to buy Mom that locket in Herzog's window. You know, the one she wants so much, but it's gotta be a surprise.
Oh, she'll be surprised, all right. Now, what are we going to do with this hair? Let's get it under your hat.
I'm sure glad you hired girls. All the other newsstands in town only want boy newsies.
Well, as far as you're concerned, you are a boy newsie. All you girls are. Oh, there we go. I think your hair's all tucked in. All right, ready to go. Oh, let's get your hair under that hat. Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, and no freebies. Last week you gave away more papers than you sold.
I'm sorry, some people just didn't have any money.
They didn't have any change, Katie. It's not the same thing. You're never going to make any money if you're giving things away. You're too
Okay.
kind-hearted, just like your mother.
Okay, I remember. Achoo, achoo, achoo. Excuse me.
My goodness, sweetheart, are you catching a cold?
Don't worry, I always sneeze in threes. I'm probably allergic to Grandpa's coat.
Well, no, don't use your handkerchief. No. You have to use your sleeve, like this.
Okay. Is that what boys do?
Among other things. Oh, and try to say something like, so's your old man a lot. Oh, and spit, just occasionally. Oh, goodness gracious, it looks like your mother is coming this way. Here, hold this up and squat down. Okay, go.
Oh, 7 o'clock.
Merry Christmas, Mrs.
Christmas,
Harper.
honey. Achoo, achoo. Excuse me. The Christmas post, ma'am?
Newsboy, wait a minute.
Here. It's on the house. Oh, yeah. So is your old man. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Hattie, you ought to teach your newsboys some manners. And while you're at it, some business sense. You won't make much of anything giving things away.
Where have I heard that before?
Would I know that newsboy from somewhere? I don't feel like I've seen him around.
You know, it's possible. You look confused, dear. Would you like some tea?
Oh, yes, thank you. It's just, I don't think I'm ready for today. First, I dropped the insides of my purse all over Main Street, and then, well, I must be seeing things. I could have sworn I saw my father walking down the street. But that can't be. He's in Chicago. We won't see him till New Year's.
Well, now it's probably just the bustle of Christmas Eve. You know what they say, anything can happen, even a miracle or two.
Well, I could use both.
Still a little short in the cash department?
I took this job on pure commission. Boy, was that a step of faith in the wrong direction.
Well, here's the thing about steps of faith. You can only take one at a time. You'll see everything will work out eventually.
Oh, I don't have until eventually. I have until 5 o'clock, and then just like Cinderella, poof, my extra job disappears and my extra paycheck evaporates. And what am I left with? A 1934 Studebaker with a busted carburetor and 2 kids with empty stockings.
Empty? You don't mean empty.
Oh, I don't mean empty. I just mean empty. I can't get the special presents. Scotty wants one of those yellow pedal-powered chrome-lined cars over at Herzog's, and Katie had her heart set on a bicycle. But come to think of it, she stopped mentioning it about 2 weeks ago when the car broke down. Now she keeps dropping hints about how she doesn't really need anything and her room's crowded enough as it is. She sure is something special.
It runs in the family.
Excuse me, ladies. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry
Merry
Christmas,
Christmas.
Brother Sam.
The caroling was wonderful, Brother Sam.
And such enthusiastic participation.
Yes, that's one of the advantages of having your entire congregation as also your choir. Perfect church attendance at every single concert. They just get a little mite confused when it comes time for the applause.
Your nativity scene's still on for this afternoon, isn't it?
Yep, got the frankincense right here. Pardon me, Alice. I was over at the bus stop earlier, and Sergeant Buchanan said that this money might be yours. He said you had a slight mishap.
Oh, Sergeant Buchanan never was very good at filling out accident reports. Keep the money, Brother Sam. Put it in the collection box for the soup kitchen.
Are you sure, Alice? We're more than happy to kind of give this back to you for...
Oh, I'm sure. There's many people who need it much more than I, especially today.
Especially today. Well, we'll see you at our nativity scene, won't we? We've got food, clothing, and toys for any family that's in need.
Oh, I don't think I'm quite that destitute. At least not yet. But we'll try and be there. I know Katie and Scott would love to see it. I just don't know what time I'll be done today. It is my last day.
I'll save some seats for you, which shouldn't be too difficult.
Well, the top of the morning to you all.
Merry Christmas.
Can I interest anybody here in a donut? Special flavor today is, let's see, peppermint.
Well, it's good to see you, Sergeant Buchanan, and your rations. We were beginning to worry.
Well, I like to make sure that the bakery is nice and secure before it opens. But now that you can see that the business day is about to begin, I got the boys on looting and riot patrol. After all, it is Christmas Eve, and anything can happen.
I keep hearing that.
Say, preacher, that was some mighty fine warbling that you had there. But don't you think you might be able to sing something like, I don't know, Peg in Me Heart?
It's Christmas, Sergeant.
Well, all right then. Why don't you sing something like Wearing of the Green?
I'll put in your request. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, Merry Christmas.
Hattie, I need to use your phone. I got a couple of men sunk down in a manhole under cover. Shh. I put them in the corner of, I put them on the corner of, oh, 43rd and Central, that's right. 43rd and Central. Oh, and Alice, it was nice to see that your father was in town.
My father? You saw him too?
I did. Tell that man to come by the station and we'll have some donuts and play some canasta. That man sure knows how to dress. Oh, hello, Lieutenant O'Shaughnessy. This is Sergeant Buchanan. Did you hand out the gas mask this morning?
I just don't think I'm ready for today.
Quiet! 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 You guys aren't listening. Now I mean it. I really need your help today. I think my mom's onto me, so I gotta switch Main Street for somewhere else. Anywhere else. Volunteers? Thanks, Kelly. I'll take Central, you take Main. And everybody else, give me a little secret sign. Like this, wee-on, if you see my mom coming. Okay? Okay. Now what do I have to earn today? Trudy, you're my treasurer. What's my total? Wow, I didn't know I needed that much more.
And I can't believe how much more I need to earn in just one day. I really want to buy these presents for my kids. They have such faith in me. I can't let them down.
I've got to get my mom that present. I'll just have to try harder.
Hattie, no one's trying harder than I am, but I just can't get ahead. Fact is, I can barely keep up. Seems I'm always short on money and long on debt. Hard times I remember, good times I forget. I'm full up on troubles, I'm fresh out of time, and all I've got is one more day to find. A little more Christmas at Christmas time this year. A little less heartache, a little more Christmas cheer. A dream that won't vanish, the days to last. A little more future,
open in 10 minutes. We don't want to miss 1 minute of sales today.
Oh, it's the supervisor and the sales team. Look at me, Hattie, a 5 o'clock face, and it's not even 9. I just wish I felt ready for today.
You're ready, just one step at a time.
Okay, gang, time to hit the streets. I'll be right there. I think I see my first sale headed this way.
And remember, minions, Herzog's means quality. Herzog's means quantity. Quiet. Quiet! Thank you.
Want a paper, mister? The Christmas Post, just a nickel.
Oh, how quaint. An example of American entrepreneurial enterprise in miniature. Observe, staff, the shrewd trade savvy of Maxwell Q. Selden. And so, my little fellow, what special deal are you prepared to make me so I won't take my nickel to another merchant?
Leon. Here's your paper, mister. It's free.
Wait a minute, kid. That's not a special deal. That's just stupid.
So's your old man. Merry Christmas.
Staff, this is not the sales technique we employ at Herzog's. Remember, we make customers buy things they never knew they wanted with money they never knew they had. It's a mission of mercy. It really is.
Good morning, Maxwell. Hi, everybody.
Ah, Mrs. Garfield. Late again, as usual.
Late? I was early. I was here before anybody else.
Well, obviously you forgot about our 8 o'clock staff meeting this morning at JCPenney's. We dumped 10 gallons of eggnog at their entrance. Whoopsie daisy.
Maxwell, you know I can't be here by 8. I can barely be here by 9. I have to walk, remember?
That's right, you have to walk.
My car broke down and I couldn't pay to fix it. I still don't.
Well, get the
That's why I
snowshoes
had to
ready,
take
I guess,
this second job. If I don't get my car fixed, I'll probably lose my first job.
get a third job.
I have a mortgage and bills to pay, and now Christmas.
Yes. The road of life is just full of bumps, isn't it, Mrs. Garfield? But with or without a car, I still expect you to be on time and in line by 9. And even though this is your last day with us, boy, are we gonna miss you. If you can't cut the Herzog mustard, you can always choose to take an early retirement.
You mean quit? I can't quit. I have 2 kids that depend on me. Haven't you ever had to depend on someone, Maxwell?
No, and nor have I ever been the dependee. Life is a lot easier when you only have to count on yourself. It's a very simple number to remember. 1.
1? That's all you have, even on a day like today, on Christmas Eve?
Especially on a day like this. I mean, look at this frenzied crowd gathering. 1 is all I can keep track of. Now, come on, everyone, we have to ready the store.
Merry Christmas, Maxwell. May God deliver his richest blessings to you today.
Fine, as long as they don't come COD. Now, excuse me, Brother Sapp. We're
Sam.
Whatever, please. I'm sure if we'll talk with our bookkeeper, our store will make a standard contribution to you, but right now, we're in a bit of a rush to get things open for the customers.
No. I'm here to go through the schedule of events today. You see, according to this schedule, it says that we'll be singing in front of your store on the even hours, and then at 43rd and Central on the odd hours. And then at 4 o'clock is our nativity scene, which should be right around here. Is that correct?
Look, you can polka with a reindeer as far as I'm concerned. Just don't block the flow of customers. And that goes for you too, Miss Associated Press.
Oh, happy holidays. Would you like some fruitcake?
I know your game. Just keep those papers and kids off store property.
All right then. How about a cheese ball? Can I cut you some?
First bribes? Now threats? Oh, I could report you to the Federal Trade Commission.
Well, maybe one of these days you'll learn how to have a real Christmas, Maxwell Selden. Until then, many happy returns of the season.
American commerce in decline. It's not a pretty sight. Otis, get that door open. Yes, sir. And the rest of you shoppers, the store won't be open for 10 more minutes. You're like a pack of wild dogs. Back. Ugh. Now, listen here, Father.
Brother.
Whatever. We want some peppy carols today.
peppy.
Full of zing, plenty of razzmatazz. We want to put people in the mood to lay down the lettuce, not kneel and pray. So stick to the jingle and fa la la department.
I'm afraid we see Christmas from a somewhat different perspective, Mr. Selden. You see it as a season of selling. I see it as a season of receiving.
Selling, receiving, what's the difference? As long as they come in the right order.
Actually, there's quite a big difference. You see, the only gift that really matters at Christmas can't be bought, and that's because it's free.
Free gifts are a quick way to go out of business.
It's a good thing that Jesus didn't share that same philosophy.
Well, obviously, Jesus didn't know how to market Christmas.
Maxwell, Jesus is Christmas.
No, I'll tell you what Christmas is. People are Christmas. Those people, the American consumer. Gullible fools, all of them. And with all due respect, Rev, on Christmas Eve, they want to be shopping in a store, not praying in a church.
Well, you might have a point there. Those people are what this season's about. All the more reason that we'll be out there singing today.
But you'll keep things peppy, right?
Yes, lots and lots of joy, trust me.
And modern. Make it very today.
Plenty of news. Good news, as a matter of fact.
Perfect. Maybe you'll steal some of that paper peddler's business. All right, staff. Store looks primed. Everyone, to your posts. Miss Garfield, Mrs. Dexter, to your posts.
Oh, sorry, we were just rearranging the jewelry.
Toys, Mrs. Garfield. Your department is toys.
I know. Keep an eye on that locket, Nadine, the big silver one. I know I won't have the money to buy it, but I sure would miss looking at it.
All right, ready, staff? We've got approximately 2 minutes before Miss...
Ahoy! Arriving at 0900 hours off the starboard bow.
He's early. Of all days, this is the day he's early, and he's already inside the store. Okay, everybody, get in position. Come on. All right, now, display the merchandise. Now, look happy. Too artificial. Look humble. Oh, that won't work. You won't sell anything. Look aggressive. Too angry. Look religious. Oh, come on, brother Spam.
It's Sam.
Whatever. Look like you want to sell something.
But I don't want to sell. I want people to receive.
Here, receive. Now, everybody, sing.
What do we sing, Maxwell?
Something, anything. Make
What's
it peppy. First thing that
this?
comes into your head.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Herzog.
Mr. Herzog. Happy birthday to you.
Not the best choice.
If this is a surprise party, there has been a gross miscalculation. You do have the correct date of my birth entered in the captain's log, do you not, Miss Plunkett?
June 17th, an act of Congress couldn't change it.
Well, if anyone thinks today is June 17th, you're in for a rude awakening. Miss Plunkett and I have been down here since dawn, double-checking the inventory, and I expect every one of you to meet your quota and unload your cargo. To your stations. Not that way, Miss Garfield. To starboard! To starboard!
Sorry, sir. I mean, aye.
And Mr. Selden, a word, please.
Aye.
Brilliant maneuver, Maxie. That's using the old brain.
Well, at least I've got one.
Double check the inventory. Don't worry, kid. The boss barks at everyone, just like a poodle.
I get so confused, Dixie. I've been here 2 weeks, and I still don't know my bow and my stern.
Oh, it's been 2 years for the rest of us, honey. You know, he was only in the Navy for 5 months during the war, you know. Never saw a day of action. He just sat on a cargo freight off of San Diego. I think he's compensating for a missed opportunity.
Well, he certainly runs a tight ship.
Honey, if things were any tighter around here, we would all die of asphyxiation. Everything is done exactly the way my father did it when he founded Herzog's 42 years ago. That dog don't hunt. Old Man Herzog used to run a store that put the customer ahead of the almighty dollar, especially at Christmas. Why, everyone in Holmesbury used to say no one had more Christmas spirit than Herzog's.
What happened?
Herzog Jr.
And let's have no more slip-ups, Captain Selden, or you'll find yourself back in the galley where you started.
The warehouse, sir? You wouldn't.
I would.
You couldn't.
I could. It took us it would take me 1 minute to send you back to heaving boxes. So I better see some pucks and putters flying off the shelves today. Do I make myself clear?
But it's not my fault. Mrs. Garfield missed the staff meeting this morning, and then she started arguing and displaying a most uncooperative attitude.
I said, do I make myself clear?
Aye, aye.
And the rest of you, I want your sails hoisted and your rudder straight. It's full sails ahead. I especially want every one of you to seize any opportunity to push these cloth dolls and paddle balls. We're overstocked, and today's the last day to get rid of them. So no matter what a child may think he or she wants, make them buy these instead.
Oh, Mr. Herzog, that's not what Christmas is about. Children need to have that one special present they want. We all do.
Mrs. Garfield, there's only one thing that Christmas is about: selling surplus. So everyone move them, or you'll find yourself being moved right out the door. Do I make myself clear?
Aye,
I have a question.
What do you want?
Well, I have a question.
Who are you?
Father, Brother Sam. I'm from the church a few blocks down the block, and I wanted to kind of go through the schedule of
Yes. The Holy United First Tabernacles, family singers, or whatever. Well, sing anything you want, anywhere you want. Just keep things peppy and stay away from the door. And at the end of the day, we get 10% of your take.
10%?
That is the correct figure, is it not, Miss Plunkett?
Unfortunately.
But, Mr. Herzog, the collection money is there to go and clothe and nourish the people.
Which is precisely what I'm in the business to do as well. Exactly the way my father did when he founded Herzog's 42 years ago. You see, son, I don't run a store. It's a vessel of life. And if you don't get on board, it's every man for himself. Do I make myself clear?
Aye, aye.
I sail the sea of trade. In my captain's log, I detail every blessed cent I made. From stem to stern, I know what I've earned, and I hourly review it. From fore to aft, it's a thankless task. Someone's got to do it.
And you're the man to do it.
I labor willingly with this philosophy. The profits grow and the ship and crew are tough.
Aye, aye.
Give aloud ahoy for my employ. The policy is get.
He's allowed ahoy for his employ. The policy is get the green stuff.
Wait, the green stuff? You mean your only motivation is to make money? Mr. Herzog, you can't possibly mean that. Not on Christmas Eve.
Especially on Christmas Eve, while it's the biggest sales day of the year. We even have a cash and carry policy. No cash, no carry. Yes, sir, Daddy would be proud. It's a day for cash transactions. Regulations must be fair. And the buyer's satisfaction must not interfere with sales. No refund clause, no foul laws. Trust everyone agrees here. There was no ho-ho-hos. After all, my middle name is Ebenezer. Yes, sir, and proud of it. If Scrooge were here right now, I'm sure he'd take this vow. It's a big heave-ho, for the profits grow and the ship and crew are tough.
Aye, aye.
Give aloud ahoy for my employ. Policies get the green stuff.
He's allowed ahoy
you could bend the rules for just one day.
Change the rules? Violate regulations? Not on my command. What are you trying to do, Mrs. Garfield? Incite a mutiny?
No, of course not.
Then get back on board. Everyone to their post. Rough seas ahead. In recession, winds are blowing, and the ship is miles from shore. All employees must keep rowing. Everyone must pull his oar. Unless we dock with the whale of a stock in a great big surplus anchor, one day you'll blink and the store will sink. And I'll be the one who sank her.
You'll be the one who's anchored.
Now cut that out. That day won't come, you see.
We're all in harmony.
It's a big heap over the profits grow when the ship and crew on top. Give a loud ahoy for my employ. Policy is getting great stuff. It's a big heap over the profits grow when the ship and crew on top. Give a loud ahoy for my employ. Policy is getting great stuff. It's a big heap ho, the profits grow. Loud ahoy, my employ. Policy will guarantee that we get the great stuff. Door casts off in 1 minute.
Otis, man the door. Everyone else, batten down your merchandise. I'll take the wheel.
Wow, that's reassuring.
Stuff a stocking in it, Dixie.
Well, I better get out of here before the stampede. I mean, tidal wave. So we'll still see you at the service, won't we?
Oh, of course. 4 o'clock, right?
Well, as far as I know.
You'd better abandon ship now, Brother Shrimp.
Whatever.
What a great day. There's money in the air. I could smell it. Ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Shopping. We are shopping, shopping. Shopping, shopping. Christmas shopping, shopping. Last minute shopping, shopping. Till we drop.
Does anybody know where the returns department is?
Shopping, shopping. We are shopping, shopping. Shopping, shopping. Christmas shopping, shopping. Last minute shopping, shopping. Shop, 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 till we drop.
Excuse me, do you know where the returns department is?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm new here. I don't know.
5 rows back to the left behind the shoppers.
Thank you.
What's wrong with me, Dixie? It's 10 a.m. and I barely sold a yo-yo.
Well, have some faith, kid. And push a little.
Oh, what do you mean?
I'll show you. Try selling. See what I mean? You gotta start selling.
I guess I'm not so good at selling.
There you go. Let them know you're selling.
Okay, here goes. I'm selling.
Sold.
Excuse me, is this the return department?
Fat chance, buddy. No one returns Maxwell Q. Selden merchandise. Now move out of the way. You're blocking
Just
the
a
customers.
minute there, Maxwell.
Oh, and happy holidays, Mrs. Consumer. Sorry, Herzog, I didn't see you. It's been a very busy morning.
Indeed. What's the total?
Well, a lot.
A lot?
Well, a lot more than the toy department.
Well, we'll see this afternoon, won't we? I hate to think my sales manager's being outsold by the swamp. Carry on.
Aye, aye. Okay, I'll show her.
I'll show him.
Christmas rush is on again. It's hot and overdrive. We only have a single day. We pray we will survive.
Bargains, come and get your bargains.
Oh, no, you don't.
Never seen such bargains. I'm gonna sell these bargains till we drop.
Do we
little gimmicks aren't gonna gain you anything.
Except this pile of sales receipts.
No, Dice. Prepare yourself for an epidemic of buyer's remorse. You're gonna see every one of those items back in the return department.
Did somebody say returns department?
No!
Okay, kids, it's half over. How many papers have you sold? That's not enough. Not for a paper like the Christmas Post. How about you, Katie?
Only half of that.
Oh, haven't I taught you kids to yell all down Main Street? Then let's hear some of that selling.
Selling, extra, extra.
Selling, selling,
Read all about it.
selling, selling,
Extra, extra.
selling, selling,
Gotta shout it.
selling, selling.
Get your Christmas post.
Is this the returns department?
What you got?
Broken ear.
No to you, Brother Sam. It's about time for your nativity scene, isn't it?
Yes, 1 hour from now at 4 if there's anyone to watch us.
Well, your collection book looks a right bit empty. You ever consider giving away free donuts?
I think we're as good as singing, singing. We are singing, singing, but no one's listening, listening to our singing, singing. So we'll keep right on singing. We'll sing, sing, sing till Christmas rushes on again. It's harder on the feet. The minutes and the hours fly. We're dying to compete. Bargains, come and get your bargains. Every city's got bargains. Never buy from me. I'm gonna sell these bargains till I drop.
Store closes in 5 minutes.
5 minutes? But it's only 4 o'clock.
And we always close at 4 on Christmas Eve.
But you can't.
Herzogs can do anything.
Aw, tough break, Mrs. Garfield.
You want to see something break, Maxwell?
Try me.
Mr. Herzog, please.
Attention shoppers, time for your last purchase.
Bargains, come and get your bargains. Every season's bargains. Sing to buy I'm gonna sell these bargains till I drop. Sell these bargains. Come and get your bargains. Hey, everybody's got a bargain. Yes, I do. Buy from me. I'm gonna sell these bargains until we drop. Until we drop.
Does anybody know where the return department is?
Thank you for shopping at Herzog's department store. We know you had a choice of merchants, and we appreciate your patronage. Now, Merry Christmas, bon voyage, and please vacate the premises by 1600 hours. That's now.
Never mind.
Good afternoon, everyone. You may pick up your pay envelopes and your Christmas bonus on the way out, but only 1 salami per employee, and we'll see you at 9 sharp on the 26th.
Oh, that's 8 o'clock in front of Sears and Roebuck. Don't forget the eggnog.
Mr. Herzog, couldn't you keep the store open for just a little bit longer? Especially when there's an emergency?
And what might this emergency be, Mrs. Garfield?
Me. I'm the emergency. I've been working on pure commission, and I just about have enough money to buy my kids their special presents. You know, that yellow car over there, and the silver bicycle in aisle 10? I know 1 more hour is all I would need.
Mrs. Garfield, I am sympathetic to your plight. However, there's simply no way that Herzog's will stay open 1 minute past 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve. We have always closed at 4, and we always will. Just like my father did when he founded Herzog's 42 years ago. Case closed.
Sorry, kid. He got the facts right, but not the story. Old man Herzog used to close the store at 4 o'clock in order to throw the biggest Christmas party in all of Holmesboro. And everyone was invited, including all those people that Brother Sam and his friends are trying to help.
When did we lose sight of what Christmas is all about?
Probably when we lost sight of who Christmas is all about. Come on, honey. There's a salami with your name on it.
Last call, all ashore. Who's going ashore?
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise. Wait, everyone. Alice, what's going on? The store can't be closing.
It can, and it has.
But it's only 4 o'clock.
Herzog's has always closed at 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve. Just like my father did when he founded Herzog's 42 years ago.
I know it has in the past, but I thought this year would be a little different. We were supposed to have our nativity scene in front of the store at 4 o'clock.
So go ahead. We haven't closed the sidewalk.
But what's the point when there's no one around to watch it? Look around. The streets are almost deserted.
Well, I'm sorry your box office is down. Perhaps it's, your wardrobe. Now, if you excuse me, I have to get home and change into my civvies. I have some last-minute shopping to do.
You don't shop at your own store?
Never! The prices are too high. Besides, we're closed.
Chin up, kid. Remember what tomorrow is.
I know.
Christmas. Another excuse for paying the American worker a day's wages for not working. That must be the goodwill toward men clause.
You know, Maxwell, I'll bet you the only thing you find under your tree tomorrow morning is a safety deposit box. I hope you'll be very happy together.
A match made in heaven, I assure you.
Oh, boy.
Guess the star just didn't shine bright enough to get us to Bethlehem this time. We'll just have to try again next year. We'll be singing just a few blocks down there, Hattie, and Alice, I'll be saving you some seats for tonight.
Thanks, Sam.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Merry Christmas.
So much for taking a step of faith, Hattie. Even one step at a time, I still fell flat on my face.
Well, I wouldn't call this a fall exactly, more like a stumble.
Well, call it whatever you want, but the fact remains it's Christmas Eve, and I still came up short. I know just one more hour, and I would have had the money I needed, but instead, zip. The day started with nothing. It looks like it's going to end with nothing.
Well, it seems I've heard somewhere that faith is the evidence of things not seen.
Well, I sure am not seeing anything. I don't know how anyone can get much faith from that.
Well, you seem to be operating from the notion that seeing is believing. I think you've got it backwards. Believing is seeing. Anything can happen on Christmas Eve. Miracles are yours for the asking. The unexpected happens when you believe it may. 'Cause anything can happen today. It's a time when angels can appear to us, and the love of God is so near to us. For unto me and unto you, Christmas offers a miracle or two. Anything can happen right here, right now. Have have a little faith and believe that everything is gonna work out somehow, some way. 'Cause anything can happen.
Excuse me, can you tell me why all the doors at Herzog's department store are locked?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. They closed at 4 o'clock today.
Oh, no, this can't be happening.
What's wrong?
I had a present for my daughter in layaway, a dollhouse. You know, the big special present. And oh man, I have just ruined her Christmas. She had such faith in me, and I just let her down.
Well, I work at Herzog's. I don't know how, but I'll find a way to get you in.
You will? Oh, lady, you're a lifesaver.
Herzog's may have ruined my Christmas, but I'm not going to let him ruin everybody else's. If I could just find... What's that? A key?
Old man Herzog gave it to me many years ago for emergencies, and as I recall, you are an emergency. What you do with it is entirely up to you. Just don't tell anyone where you got it.
Today I find a way to make a dream come true. Just wait and see. Today, tomorrow will change, 'cause I know that she is counting on me. Look, mister, I found the key. I can open up the doors to Herzog's now.
Herzog's is open.
Oh, wait.
They've opened the doors.
I was just opening the door for one man.
One more hour
The
and I
sale's
would have
back
had the
on.
money I needed.
That's right. That's right. Herzog's is open. A last-minute madness sale. Hurry, shoppers, it's your last chance.
Shopping. We are shopping. Shopping. Christmas shopping. Last minute shopping.
Alice, what in the world is going on?
Brother Sam, isn't it wonderful? I believed something would happen, and it did.
Where did you get the key?
I don't remember. But the nativity scene's back on. Bring on the frankincense and hay.
Gloria and Excelsius Deo, we're on our way.
Christmas rush is on again. It's high and overdrive. We only have a single day. We pray we will survive. Shopping. We are shopping. Christmas shopping. Last minute shopping.
Mrs. Garfield, what is the meaning of this?
Maxwell! Ditsy! What are you doing here?
Well, when I saw two men running down the street with a canoe from my department, I knew something was afoot.
Christmas Eve madness sale. Old man Herzog's will love this. Count me in. Come on, Maxie, what do you say?
Are you out of your mind?
Could someone please help me in sporting goods?
I'll be right with you.
Oh, no, you don't. You're trying to earn an extra commission, aren't you? Well, you're not going to sell my snorkels and rackets. You want to play in the big leagues? You got it.
Well, you don't have a prayer.
Well, that's all you've got.
Maybe that's all I need.
It's over, Garfield.
It's just begun, Selden.
To your corners and come out swinging.
Bargains, gonna get these bargains. Hey, everybody got a show for you. Yes, I do, so buy from me. Shop, till we drop.
Great day in the morning. What's going on in there?
I don't know, Sergeant, but isn't it grand? You were right. Anything can happen today.
Anything can... I knew it. Looting and rioting. I better call the boss. Mr. Herzog, this is Sergeant Buchanan.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 4:45 on Christmas Eve. And may I simply say, for the record, that in the 42 years since my father founded Herzog's department store, nothing has ever been done this way before. And God willing, nothing will ever be done this way again. I demand to know who is responsible for this lawless disregard of policy and tradition.
Me? You can't be looking at me. I was trying to stop it. I was the solitary voice of reason in a world gone mad. I battled tirelessly to bring an end to this carnage. I put my life on the line, sustaining a painful and cosmetically damaging bruise on my left shin.
Stick a snorkel in it, Maxwell.
It was my doing, Mr. Herzog. A man needed a present, a special present. Apparently a lot of other people did too, including me.
I see, Mrs. Garfield. I feel there's nothing left for me to do except fire you.
Wait a minute, Mr. Herzog. You can't do that.
And pray tell, why not?
Well, for one thing, it's her last day. And the store closed at 4 o'clock.
Well, that is true. However, Mrs. Garfield just opened the store back up till 5 o'clock. And since there are 12 more minutes of her extended employment, it's terminated. What's more, I'm keeping all of her wages thus earned to pay for the damage.
What? Mr. Herzog, if you do that, I won't have a Christmas tomorrow. I may not have it tomorrow, period.
Well, you should have thought about that a little sooner. Come with me, Sergeant Buchanan. I need to file a report at the precinct office around the corner. Oh, and I hope Daddy doesn't have to see this.
Mr. Herzog, wait. Are you sure you want to fire Mrs. Garfield? I mean, don't you think it's a bit extreme? Well, I mean, what I'm trying to say is it was her fault, certainly, but taking all her money? I mean, doesn't everyone deserve a Christmas morning? Couldn't your policy change just this once?
Which question would you like me to answer?
All of them, I guess.
All right. The answers are yes, no, not necessarily. And you're out of your mind. Let's go, Sergeant.
Can't I finish me donut first?
Sergeant!
Oh, all right. But they only have peppermint on one day of the year. One.
Maxwell, you've got to get Mr. Herzog to reconsider. You have no idea how much was riding on that money for Alice.
I tried. Didn't you hear me try? After all, I'm not my brother's keeper, or my sister's, for that matter. You know, we'd all be a lot better off if we all just learned to take care of ourselves.
Well, I'm sorry that everything has to be a matter of self-interest to you, Maxwell. Even Christmas. Oh, by the way, here's the 10% of our take, as Mr. Herzog put it. I know it was not much, but, you know, big things always usually come from it. You know, you might want to stop paying so much attention to price tags. They're just not very good indicators of what something's worth.
Come on, honey, buck up. Today isn't over yet, and anything
no, thank you. I've had enough of things happening, and I quit before I ruin everybody else's Christmas too.
Alice, everything you've done for today was for one reason, so that someone else could actually have a better Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
God always honors a giving heart. Sometimes it just takes a little longer than we planned.
I'm sorry, Brother Sam, but I'm all out of time. And just about everything else, too. For 3 years, all I've done is ask God for more faith. And as far as I can tell, he just keeps saying no. Just look at this catastrophe around me.
But that might be part of the problem. It's awful easy for us to keep our eyes focused on our own circumstances and not on God.
That's right. And honey, that is one recipe for disaster. Why, just look at Mary and Joseph, or even the shepherds and kings. Why, if they all sat around in the misery and thought about nothing about how impossible their situation was, where do you think they'd ended up? Not in Bethlehem, I can tell you that. They didn't know all God's plan either. Fact is, most of the time, they didn't even have a map. All they had was a star and a promise. So listen here, Lamb Chop, you don't need more faith. You just need to start acting on it. No one ever got to Bethlehem without a little forward motion. No more steps of faith, kid. I think it's time to take a leap. Ready? Don't give up. Don't give in. When the going tough, that's just when faith kicks in. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day, He's telling you to keep the faith. So don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't give in. When the going tough, that's just when faith kicks in. So let your faith begin. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day, He's telling you to keep the faith. Remember when the king threw Daniel in the lion's cage without a single means of self-defense? But Daniel had a simple faith that calmed the lion's rage, so breakfast didn't come at his expense. When morning came, the king was sure that Danny boy was gone. But Dan said, with all those guts, his faith had made him strong. So don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give in. Come on. When the going's tough, that's
Mrs. Garfield, what are you still doing on store property? I believe I made it perfectly clear that your employment with us ended exactly 4 minutes ago. So what are you doing standing on the furniture?
Well, Mr. Herzog, there's something you should know. Mr. Herzog, there's something you should know.
And what's that?
About your policies and the way you run your store and Christmas. And it's not all about the green stuff, and it's not all about cash transactions and regulations and salamis. And if you don't take a leap of faith once in a while, you'll never get to Bethlehem. And I think there's such a thing as running too tight of a ship.
Mrs. Garfield, what are you talking about?
Your ship's too tight, sir.
What is she saying, Miss Plunkett?
Just what everyone is saying.
And what is everyone saying?
Oh, Mr. Herzog, it's so wonderful for you to have a Christmas Eve madness sale. Such excitement, such savings. It's just like the old days at Herzog's.
I'll say, I haven't been shopping at Herzog's recently, but I certainly will from now on.
Thank you, I think.
Well, I plan to patronize a store that always puts the customer before the almighty dollar.
You can say that again. Will you be doing another madness sale on the 26th?
Well, I'm not sure. That is to say, the policy hasn't been established. Just a moment, please. Maxwell, what's going on?
I'm not sure.
Brother Sam, what's going on?
I don't know. Sometimes it just takes a little longer than we plan.
Shoppers, I apologize for the earlier confusion of the afternoon, but concerning this Herzog's Christmas Eve madness sale, there's simply nothing more to say except...
Junior?
Daddy?
Hello, Elliot.
Before you say a word, sir, I can explain everything.
I'm not sure you need to. I've been hearing the whole story from half of Holmesboro.
Really? That many?
My phone hasn't stopped ringing for 1 solid hour. New customers, old customers, the boys down at the 47th precinct. All anyone could talk about is this Christmas Eve madness sale. Why, it seems to have turned this store and this town upside down. So, I only have one thing to say.
I've weathered many a storm and gale, sir. Fire away.
Brilliant sales job, son. I didn't know you had it in you. I know I promised not to interfere when you took charge 5 years ago, but I just had to come down here and say, ship shape.
Well, I'm surprised. I mean, it should come as no surprise that I would institute a marketing campaign that would so capture the spirit of the season. I met some resistance at first, but I alone stood firm, insisting that regulations not stand in the way of making everyone's Christmas wish come. Well, actually, there was someone who offered some assistance. Dixie Plunkett, my faithful bookkeeper, was right there from the... And Brother Sal, the Holy Shower, help keep the atmosphere. Actually, it was a group effort. Yes, every single customer contributed to... All right. It was Alice Garfield's idea.
I had the feeling someone else was involved. Congratulations, my dear. Whatever gave you the inspiration?
Well, I was just trying to get a special present for someone.
And that's just what this store's been about for 42 years. Well, I'm certainly proud to have someone like you on Herzog's payroll. How about you, son?
Yes, sir.
Does that mean I still get to keep my 2-week salary?
Well, of course. In fact, I was hoping you'd stick around next week for our after-Christmas sales. Do you have any brainstorms for the 26th?
The 26th? But that'd be too late. I need the money now. Yes, sir, I do have a brainstorm.
What are you talking about?
We'll have a special sale now. After all, we do still have 10 minutes before the store closes, and we haven't moved very many of these overstocked dolls and paddle boards, so we'll offer them at a special price.
But we've already tried half pricing them.
No, we'll double the price. and we'll give half the proceeds to Brother Sam's Soup Kitchen, and we'll give all the toys away to the needy families at the church.
That is the most irresponsible, addle-brained, unprecedented scheme I've ever...
love it.
And I love it.
Carry on, my dear. I know I'm leaving the rest of Christmas Eve in good hands. I must run. I have an appointment at the Christmas tree with my grandchildren. So do you, Elliot. 15 minutes. Oh, I almost forgot. I've got a note from Amanda. It's reminding you to make sure to buy an angel for the top of the tree. Now, don't disappoint my favorite granddaughter. She's got a lot of faith in you. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. God bless your new year.
Bye, Daddy. 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes to sell our entire stock of dolls and paddles. Where's my sales force? Maxwell, Otis, Patsy, Nadine. Dixie, surely you will.
In your dreams. We're all officially off duty. Looks like there's only one salesperson left.
I do still have 10 minutes left of my extended employment.
One salesperson for all of this?
That's right. And remember, she's on commission.
Church blocks is 6 blocks on your left. Service is in 30 minutes. Just follow our congregation.
Get your Christmas Eve special. Double the price. Give it away. Spread some hope for Christmas Day. Don't give up. Don't give in. When the current stuff that's just making sense. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day, He's telling you to keep the faith. So don't give up. Don't give in. When the going stuff that's just making sense. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day, He's telling you to keep the faith. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day, He's telling you to keep the faith, keep the faith.
Oh, Dixie, have you ever seen so much
Green stuff?
yeah, green stuff?
Goodbye. Green stuff.
Well, and it's certainly gratifying to know that most of it is going to go to Brother Sam's Soup Kitchen. And after Alice's commission, oops, the rest can be used for any damages, starting with this captain's log.
But the captain's log isn't damaged.
Well, we can fix that. Great day in the morning. Who left a peppermint jelly donut in accounts receivable? Ah, whoopsie daisy. And I think we need to do something about this whistle.
And that's damaged too.
We'll take a closer look.
I think I see what you mean.
Yeah, we're gonna have a chat.
You were right, Brother Sam. When you keep your eyes focused on your problems, you never see past them, even when God was right there the whole time.
You know, it's a good thing He's so willing to wait for us, no matter how long we take. Pardon me, Alice. Maxwell, are you all right?
I'm just double checking the inventory. You know, big sale on Christmas Eve. You have to take stock of where things are.
Yes, Christmas Eve is a good time to go do that. And it was quite a sale out there, wasn't it?
I just can't get over those people paying double the price for something they didn't even want and then just giving it away. They're
gullible fools.
No, that's not what I said. This time. Sam, about earlier today, some of the things that I said, well, actually all the things I said, look, what I'm trying to say is...
Merry Christmas, Maxwell. That's all you gotta say. Don't worry about it. So you just about ready to head on home?
Well, I'm sure not gonna spend the night in this drafty icebox.
No, I mean, are you gonna spend time with your family tonight?
My family has moved on.
Well, I'm sorry.
The Depression killed my parents. First Dad, then Mom. Watching both your folks work themselves into an early grave tends to color your perspective. I swore 5 years ago that I'd never be poor again, that I'd never let that happen to me. And so far, I haven't.
Were the times with your mom and dad happy?
Always.
Well, then you weren't poor.
What are you talking about? We are one step away from being destitute, especially at Christmas.
Well, I'll tell you what colors my perspective, especially at Christmas. That in the middle of our most expensive holiday is a baby born into the world homeless, wrapped in rags and, well, destitute. Sometimes I think he came that way just so that the rest of us could learn to listen to him, especially when he talked about what real success was about. Or when he talked about what good will it do to inherit the whole world but lose your soul.
Not to worry, we are never in any danger of gaining the world. When it was just Mom and me, half the time we didn't know where our next meal was coming from. At Christmas, she'd have to take an extra job just so I'd have something under the tree. But I always did. I always had at least one special present every year.
Maxwell, you're welcome to spend tomorrow with me and my family. And Christmas is an awful time to be alone.
According to who?
Well, God for one. Well, that's how this whole thing got started in the first place. We obviously weren't doing very well on our own, so he decided that he wanted to help. And he became one of us. He even took a name that means just that. Emmanuel. God with us.
Well, that's a comforting idea if you live in a world of nativity sets and Christmas cards. But in my world, people leave. People die. And you better learn to take care of yourself.
Yes, people are going to disappoint you and we're all going to die. Both those facts are certain. But I'm equally certain to the fact that Jesus came to take care of both those issues.
What? With a manger?
No. Not only with a manger. Christmas was just the beginning. Start at the manger on a cold winter's night. Look for the star in the sky, then follow its light. It leads to a Savior for a world that is lost. Start at the manger, then go to the cross. Start at the manger, at the child in the hay, the gift of our Father in heaven, the price he would pay to save all his children, no matter the cost. Start at the manger, then go to the cross. Imagine that you own the wealth of the world, all of its silver and gold. What good will it do when tomorrow arrives and your heart is empty and cold? Start at the manger where redemption began, when Jesus stepped down from his throne to die as a man. All of our riches, we will count them as lost
then go to the cross. Start at the manger, then go to the cross. The invitation for tomorrow still stands. You know, if you're not doing anything tonight, maybe you'd like to come to the service.
You'll have a packed church tonight. One more won't make any difference.
Maxwell, one more makes all the difference. Well, I better begin. Well, you have a wonderful Christmas, Hattie McGee.
Merry Christmas to you too, Brother Sam. And you better get going. You have a church full of people waiting for you.
I do, don't I? Well, I better hurry up before they change their minds.
Sam, wait a minute. Here's the 10% back. Put it back with the original offering. That's where it belongs.
I'd wish you'd come deliver yourself.
I got plans. Maybe next year.
All right. 6 blocks South Central if you change your mind. Mary, whoa, almost ran over you, little lady.
Sorry, Brother Sam. I've got to get to Hattie's right away. It's almost 5 o'clock, and Herzog's is gonna close.
Well, I wouldn't worry. That store is having trouble staying closed today. Now, you give your mom the best Christmas of her life tomorrow morning. Do you hear?
I will. Bye, Sam.
Right, goodbye.
Maxwell, I have a little something for you. It's a present from me to you.
What is it?
It's a cheese ball. Without the knife.
Thank you, I think.
You could eat it here, or you could take it with you to the church, 6 blocks off Central, in case you forgot.
I haven't forgotten. I got an engagement. Fact is, I'm running late.
More than you know. Well, happy holidays.
Hattie, I sold every one of my papers, and no freebies. Well, maybe just a couple, but I think I got enough money. I just gotta have enough money.
Well, let's count it out and see.
Aren't you through adding things up yet, Dixie? I just gotta have the right amount of money.
Oh, I'm counting, darling. Don't you see the smoke rising up from my fingers?
I'll leave you ladies to drop anchor and lock up. And we'll see you, Miss Plunkett, and you, Mrs. Garfield, on the 26th. Daddy says he'll be dropping by to see what new brainstorms are brewing.
Oh, I'll be there. And so will my brain.
Oh, that's what I'm afraid of. Well, good evening and good work, Mrs. Garfield.
Really?
For a swabby, you really can pull an oar. Carry on.
Aye, aye. Now count it again, Dixie.
Hattie, that can't be the right amount. I'm so close. Add it up again.
All right, but I've already counted it twice.
Oh, I forgot Amanda's angel for the tree. Where am I going to find an angel at this time? Remarkable. I never knew you had Christmas ornaments at this newsstand, Mrs. McGee.
Well, there's probably quite a few things you haven't noticed over the years, Elliot.
I'm finding that out. So how much for the angel?
How much do you need?
$1.83.
$1.83.
That's no price.
Well, how about an even $2? That's nice and normal.
Well, that sounds all right. It is a beautiful angel, and I'm lucky I found one.
It's Christmas Eve, Mr. Herzog. They're everywhere tonight.
Oh, and Elliot, I have one more thing for you. Merry Christmas.
Your Christmas wreath? Oh, why, thank you, Mrs. McGee.
Well, I know how you like the green stuff. You better get going. You have a Christmas tree and a very anxious 5-year-old waiting for that angel.
Oh, you're right. Merry Christmas, ladies.
Merry Christmas.
$2 whole. I've made it. I've got more than enough.
Oh, good job, sweetie. I'll go get your pay.
Hey, that's quite the sales technique you've got there, kiddo. Maybe I should take some lessons.
Oh, hi again there, mister. I'm sorry I threw that paper at you before. I was kinda in a hurry.
That's okay. So was I. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You don't actually believe angels are real, do you?
Of course, I know they're real. Heaven too.
But how do you know?
Don't you remember the angel Gabriel who appeared to Mary and told her about the birth of Jesus? And the angel that appeared at the tomb and told the woman that Jesus had risen from the dead? And the angel that released Peter from prison?
Look,
and
you've lost me. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
don't you remember the stories of angels from the Bible?
No, I don't. But, I mean, come on, you're just a kid. Kids don't read the Bible.
Oh, yes, I do, Mr.
Maxwell.
Maxwell. I know that heaven is real and eternal life is real. I know someday I will see my daddy again and my grandma's and Jesus too. My mom says that day will be better than 1,000,000 Christmases.
Well, that sure is a lot of faith for a little girl. I don't understand that kind of faith.
The best way to learn about faith is to read the Bible. Don't you have a Bible?
I don't, but I have seen a whole lot of faith in action today. And I've seen your faith too, kiddo. Knowing you are going to see your daddy again one day, I wish I had that confidence, that peace, that faith. Can you tell me how I can have that?
Sure I can, mister. For God so loved the world that he sent his son Jesus to be born in a manger. Do you believe that?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, see, that was Sunday school stuff back when I was a kid.
Well, it's still true today. When you believe in him, he gives you the best gift of all, a new life.
But you don't understand. I've been a horrible person. Mean, bitter, greedy. I mean, God, you've seen it. I could never be good enough to accept this gift.
You don't have to be good enough. That's why Jesus died on the cross. He takes away all the bad things we've done and makes us into a new person.
Well, that definitely sounds like what I need. Okay, so what exactly do I need to do to get this new life?
I believe the only thing you have to do is pray and tell Jesus that you're ready for him to start working in your life. Would you like me to pray with you?
Sure, I guess. I just, I don't know how to pray.
Anybody can pray. My mom says it doesn't have to be a fancy language or big words. Just tell him what's in your heart. Let's pray. Dear God, you must be so happy that Maxwell has decided that he wants to start a new life with you today. Thank you for all the people that have shown him your love. Thank you for your son Jesus that died on the cross. And thank you for giving Maxwell the gift of your love. Now you pray, Maxwell.
Okay.
It's okay. You can do it. Just let it come from your heart.
All right. God? Maxwell Selden here. God, I don't know what to say. I've never actually prayed before, as you know. But I can tell you now that I understand why Jesus came on Christmas morning. It was to bring love, joy, peace, and to die on the cross for my sins. I do believe that. And I do want to start a new life with you. Thank you so much for all the people who've opened my eyes today as to who you really are. Especially this young girl.
Katie.
Thank you, Katie.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Welcome to the family, Maxwell. Katie, you better get going if you want to buy anything else today. Here you go.
Thanks, Hattie. Bye, Maxwell. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Maxwell, do you know what time it's getting to be?
The time? I better hurry, Hattie. I've got an engagement by, was it 5 blocks off Central or?
6 blocks. Didn't I tell you folks that there were miracles in the air tonight? One right around the corner, one 6 blocks off Central. Yep, I told you. Merry Christmas, Maxwell Selden. I think you're gonna have a real Christmas this year.
I can't believe I'm still short.
Not by much. One more sale would do it.
Here, let me just loan you a little bit until you get your paycheck.
No, I'm not going to quit now. I'm going to count it one more time. I'm not going to abandon ship.
Abandon? Alice, you are starting to scare me. Oh.
Excuse me, but is it too late to buy something?
Well, it hasn't been so far today, but you'll have to check with our sales staff.
Where are they?
They're all right over there. Counting.
56, 57, 62.
Excuse me, but I'd like to...
Can I help? Oh.
I'd like to buy the locket in the window, please.
Oh, honey, you don't have to spend your money on...
One more sale would do it. You've only got 1 minute left.
Which locket would you like, miss?
This silver one. The one that's big enough to hold this picture of my dad.
Oh, honey. Sold.
And here's your commission, your full commission.
Well, I'd like to buy those items that are in layaway.
Sold.
The yellow car, the one Scotty wanted so much. I thought you said you couldn't afford it.
Well, I found something under my tree. Something I kind of forgot about.
What's that?
A little extra faith. Guess what else I found?
What?
You better take a look.
My bicycle. I can't believe I really got my own bicycle. It's the one with the tassels and the basket, and it's blue.
Be
Wait
careful
till
now.
Trudy and Janet see this. Am I going to get to ride it to school? Can I use it to deliver papers?
Well, it's still icy on the streets. I don't know.
Oh, come on, honey. I want to see you burn some rubber.
Dixie, don't encourage her.
You might have to give your mom a ride to work.
Look at me. I knew we could do it. Bet I beat you home.
I knew you could do it. Always have.
I knew he could do it.
Well, I think that's about it. Are you ready?
You go on ahead. I'll lock up. I do have a key, you know.
That's right, you do. Have a Merry Christmas.
Thanks, you too.